Welcome back to our channel. Today we've got a G81 in for a huge transformation. This car's only got 250 miles on it. We're doing a front splitter, canards, side vents, front grille, rear diffuser corners, pretty much a huge full transformation on it, and we'll show you exactly how to fit all of the parts. What we haven't got on our channel yet is how to fit a grille to a G80, G81, G82, G83. So we'll do a how-to video on that, and we'll show you exactly how to fit the rest as well. And this car's also going to get lowered, and it's going to get spacers on it. So we've got the wheels off. Now we're going to take off the arch liners to be able to take the bumper off, do the grille and the splitter. Okay, now we've got the arch liner off, we're going to take off the two 8mm on each side here. We've already taken off the connectors here. So on this side, there are 3 connectors because it's also got the ambient air temperature sensor here. And then you disconnect the parking sensor and this big one, which is part of a loom. Then we do the same on the other side, but the other side's only got 2 connectors, like electrical connectors, and then it's still the 2 8mm bolts. They look like self-tappers, so I'll take them out. Yeah. And then we can move on to the top. So take this off. Then there's these plastic bits here. So that will get us to the Torx bits underneath. So it's 1, 2. 4, 5, 6, put them to the side and put them there, and then that gives us access to these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe they're T30s. Yep, they're T30s. So we take them off, and that's the top part of the bumper done. Then we'll move on to the lower ones, which are 10mm, and then we can take the bumper off. So if you saw our other video on fitting ducts, you'll see that we have to take all this off if we do ducts. And then ideally you want to take that off when you do the splitter as well, and you want to fit the splitter with the bumper off because it's all one piece and it all slots in nicely. And there's 2 little 8mm that you have to get to when you do fit the splitter. So we'll show you how to do that after we take all these bits off, but we'll do the grille first. Okay, so we're putting a GT4 style grille in it, and we're going to clip it in from the front, so it's slightly different to like the CSL one that we do or the original one. So the CSL one literally replaces the original one through the back with the original clips. This one will be slightly different, it will go through the front. So I'll show you how to do that now. So what Miles is doing is taking these clips out that hold the plastic corner pieces in, but they also go into the inside skeleton part. So yeah, we'll take that off and then we can get the split on nicely. Alright, so now we've got that piece off, we're going to take off these little 8mm bits which hold on the plastic, so then we can get the splitter on. So when you've got this off, that already fell off. But you need that little piece that Miles is holding for the new splitter as well. So then you fit it back into the same place.
Master is making hits again.
So now we've got everything back together. Because this grille is just a layer of carbon fibre and there's nothing behind it, what we're doing is just hot gluing the clips over to the back grille, so to the back of the grille, just so it doesn't just fling about in there, so it's all nice and tight for the parking sensors. So we've got that all on. You don't need to connect anything when you put the bumper on. You do all of that after it's on. So now we've got it on. What I'll do is I'll start on the 2 8mm on each side here, and then I will do the clips up, 3 this side, 2 that side. Then we'll move on to the ones at the bottom, which also go through the splitter, and then we'll do the top ones last. Okay, so with the 4 middle ones, we're replacing them with longer screws with a washer, just because the original OEM ones are too short to hold in the splitter and then secure the bumper. So we'll do that, and then with the other ones, we'll just use the original ones. Okay, so we're going to do the canards. They will be just stuck on with double-sided tape. I don't think you need anything else. Obviously, if you'd like, you can use Tiger Seal, but then bear in mind that if you do ever take them off, you'll have to repaint your front bumper. So we just use really good double-sided tape, and we've never had any issues with it. Okay, so what I also did with measuring each one is if you start on one side, you get it to where you're happy. So there's a 6 centimeter difference all around. And what you do is then come here, Archie. So you get it close to the edges. So where that edge is and where that edge is, you get it into a place that's where it fits nicely, where you're happy with the angle and it sits flush against the bumper there. And then you place them on the car. Then there's a 6 centimeter difference there and there. And then you just put it onto this side. Then you measure the same with the other side, and you can use a whiteboard marker to mark out exactly where it goes. So then you mark a line there, and you put it on, and then just wipe the whiteboard marker. All right, so we're gonna do the rear bumper corners. We're doing OEM style ones in carbon fiber. So what we'll do is just take out these clips for them, and the new one will just replace this gloss black one and use the original clips. Okay, so we've got the exhaust off. It's actually quite easy when you're taking it off in one piece. What we'll do is we slide these tips off, and then we measure it up according to the BMW guide where we need to cut. We'll cut it off and get the new tips on. So, as we explained in our exhaust tip fitting guide, the top is 45 millimeters, not centimeters, and the bottom is, at the shortest point, is 13 millimeters. So then we can draw a circle all the way around and we know where to cut it. That's the unscrew. Okay, so the final step of the huge G81 project is the side skirts. We're doing this CT design side skirt replacements and extensions on this to match the rear and to get rid of all this gloss black plastic. So we're back on the following day because we ran out of time yesterday when we were doing the car because the whole project just took so long to do. We're on top of the car park where the weather is amazing. So I just wanted to run you through all the different parts and how we got it all fitted. So with the Canards, they are literally just double-sided taped on. We don't see any reason to bond them on, but if you feel like you want to, that's also totally fine. It's just a nice clean job when it's just stuck on. With the grille, we had to take the bumper off to do that. And then while we had the bumper off, we also fitted the splitter. This is our V2 splitter. So it's inspired by the CSL one, but it's a lot more aggressive and it's also one whole piece, not like the CSL has from BMW. And it uses all of the original fixings. So when we had the bumper, we fitted it. And then when we put the bumper back on, it used all of the original holes. We do, however, provide 4 longer screws for the middle with washers. And that is because you need longer screws when you fit the bumper back on. And that's that with the splitter. So when we were doing the grille, we put screws through the tabs because the grille just clips in from this side, whereas the original BMW one clips in from the inside. So this one, to look like the GT grille, we did it that way, and we put screws through the tabs, and then it fits nice and snug in there, and there is no way for it to come out. And then if we move over, so with the side skirts, we put our CT Design side skirt replacements and extensions. So these are just a replacement for the originals. What you have to do with the originals is you have to take the original plastic rivets out, then you fit these side skirts, use new plastic rivets with a plastic rivet tool, and then you fit the new extensions on top of that, and then you put them on either with self-tapping screws or with rivets like we do. We use aluminium rivets, which are a 4.8 by 21 millimeters, and that holds them nice and tight. We also did these full replacement fender pieces. We have 2 versions of these. We have the full replacement ones where you have to put the M3 or M4 sticker on yourself, or we have the stick over pieces that stick over this bit, and there. And then if we move over to the back, we replaced the corner pieces. So we replaced the corner pieces with the OEM style ones in CT Design to match the side skirts, because we wanted to keep the original look of the car with the Ultimate pack, which comes with the original M Performance diffuser. So it's a perfect match in the weave to the original one. And then the biggest thing that we did was the tips. So we had to take the exhaust off and cut according to the BMW guide, which off the top of my head, I think it's 13 millimeters at the bottom and 45 at the top. I might be wrong, but we do have a video on how to do that with the exact measurements that you need to do. And then we fitted our M Performance style carbon tips to finish off the back. So we do have a spoiler launching in about 3-4 weeks time for the G81. It's not here yet, unfortunately, but when it is, we'll do it on the next project G81 that we do. But hopefully that helps you to understand how all these pieces fit together. We'll also release a how-to guide on each one of these pieces if we haven't already got that. And then we'll also put a link to the products on this car and all of our other G80, G81, G82, G83 products in the description below.